I have young men and sometimes women that tell me that they're struggling to protect their Brit. It's been too long. It's been a week. I don't know if I can handle it. Our Rosh Kollel, Rav Sharvit, told us a shocking story recently where one of the Avrechim that learns at a different Kollel that he knows came to him for help. What was the help that he needed? Was it a sugya in Choshen Mishpat? Was it different complicated questions when it comes to purity and impurity? No. He was addicted to wasting seed. Even though he's married. Even though he's an Avrech. How often? Every 2 days. HaShem Yishmo. Rav Sharvit, who told us that the first shiur that he ever gave in his life many years ago when he was 16 years old was about Kedusha, was about the issues of morality. To a bunch of young guys that weren't exactly religious or kadosh. So he has some extensive experience here. He helped the guy, spoke to him, taught him, sat with him. And after recently meeting him, again, several months have passed already, this Avrech was happy to say that things have improved drastically. He's now at only once every 2 weeks. Now, even though this is still not a complete TeShuva, it's a world of difference from where he was just a few months ago. So, Sefer Shmot starts off by letting us know that Am Yisrael's foundation came from Yaakov Avinu. And the reason why HaKadosh Baruch Hu chose Yaakov Avinu is because Yaakov Avinu protected his Brit from the moment that he brought to this world. The moment that his eyes opened up, he protected his Brit, and a seed did not leave his body until he was 87 years old. Such a holy person is one of our forefathers. Now, if a person simply understood just this, it should be motivating enough for one to do TeShuva. But what can we do that most people don't really understand the magnitude of this? And therefore, the Torah teaches us further, where it says that Yosef aya b'Mitzrayim, the same sentence. What does it mean, Yosef aya b'Mitzrayim? What does it mean that Yosef was in Mitzrayim? Yosef was buried in Egypt. Unlike his father that was buried in Me'arat Machpelah, Yosef was buried in Egypt, but only temporarily. Where HaKadosh Baruch Hu made sure that Moshe Rabbeinu took out the bones of Yosef HaTzadik out of Egypt and buried him in Eretz Yisrael. Why? Because Yosef was a tzaddik. Why was he a tzaddik? Because he protected his Brit. When the beautiful Eshet Potifar, which the Gemara says was one of the most beautiful women that ever lived, came on to him on a regular basis, as he was a servant in our house, and tried to entice him to be with her, he refused time and time again, to the point where eventually he landed in prison for 12 years, just for the sake of protecting his Brit. Rabbi Aharon Rote, one of the holiest men that lived in the last century, writes in his Sefer Taharat HaKodesh that when someone protects their Brit, HaKadosh Baruch Hu protects them and ensures that all matters relating to them, he himself takes care of. Just like Yosef HaTzadik. And even beyond their life. We are meant to be a light unto the nations. not to follow their misguided practices. Remember, every Jew has to remember that he's a Jew and she's a Jew. We don't celebrate non-Jewish holidays, even if they seem harmless. It's a zilzul, disrespect to the Torah, and could lead to Chilul HaShem, desecration of God's name. Stick to our Holy Torah and our own holidays. That's the path of a true Jew.